Greetings, AMCers. My name is John Campea. I'm the senior editor of Script to Screen, and this is my editor's desk.
Oh, no.
All right, Rumple. This wasn't part of the deal.
Silly little ogre. Everything's changed. I'm king now.
Today, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about Shrek 4. Now, something you need to know about me. I'm not really big on non-Pixar films. I just know Animation Studio does movies, animated films, as well as Pixar. But the original Shrek came out, and it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. Shrek 2 came out, and I absolutely loved it. Shrek 3 came out. Well, let's be kind. I'll just leave it by saying that I was extremely disappointed with Shrek 3. So it goes without saying that when I heard that they were making a Shrek 4, my expectations weren't very high. To be frank with you too, some of the trailers and advertisements I've seen for it haven't done anything much to elevate those expectations. But this week I had a chance to run off to an AMC theater and watch an advanced screening of Shrek 4. And I gotta tell you, those expectations of mine were completely blown out of the water. It's a bit of an understatement to say that the Shrek franchise has made a triumphant return. And for my editor's desk today, I want to spend some time to go over 4 specific things that I absolutely loved about Shrek Forever After. The first thing that I really loved about Shrek Forever After is the fact that it is funny. At their core, all the Shrek films have really been comedies. Now, a comedy can do almost everything wrong, but if it makes you laugh, the movie works. Shrek 2 is one of the funniest animated films I'd ever seen before, and Shrek 4 really does return to form when it comes to the comedy. Now, a lot of animated films, especially the Shrek films, like to use pop culture jokes to get the laughs out. In Shrek 2, it worked beautifully. In Shrek 3, it didn't work so well. In Shrek 4, they seem to have found the proper formula for using just enough pop culture jokes. A lot of animated films, or even live action films, when they rely their humor on pop culture jokes, they go over the top, or they rely on them too much, and it becomes stale. Shrek Forever After used just the right amount of pop cultural jokes, and they used the right pop cultural jokes to really elicit the laughs. All the characters were right on. Shrek was very funny. The new villain in the film, Rumpelstiltskin, was very funny. All the characters worked. Puss in Boots was funny. Donkey was funny. Dragon was funny. Ginger was funny. Everything was funny in this movie. I don't know if I'd say it's quite as funny as Shrek 2, but it's awfully close if it's not. The second thing I loved about Shrek Forever After is the fact that it has real heart. Look, a lot of these animated films can be very entertaining, they can be funny, they can be exciting, but most of them lack real, true heart. And in Shrek Forever After, this film's got a lot of heart. Shrek decides that he wants one day to himself, that he can just be an ogre again. He wants to be feared, he wants to roar, he wants to be disgusting. But in the midst of getting that one day to himself, he makes a deal with Rumpelstiltskin, who says, you can get that day, but you have to lose one day. And he tricks Shrek into actually giving up the day of his birth, which means Shrek was never born. And so the whole world is rearranged to this place as if Shrek never existed.
Sometimes I wish I had just one day to feel like a real ogre again.
Well, why didn't you say so?
Just sign it, and all your problems will disappear.
This must be one of those alternate realities.
Now this sets up a great scenario where Shrek, number 1, starts to realize really all the things that he lost in his life, and number 2, he gets to fall in love with Fiona all over again. And listen, these things could have been done very corny and very campy, but I'm telling you folks, it was done with a lot of heart. You actually felt it as these things were happening. It's something that is very rare in an animated film, and Shrek Forever After did it really well. The third point that I really love about Shrek Forever After is the fact that it equally appeals to adults as much as it does to the kids. A lot of animated films are just lots of color and lots of sounds and gets the kids laughing and having a good time. But Shrek Forever After, more than any of the other Shrek films, really does deal with some adult themes and appeals just as much to adults as it does to the kids. I already mentioned the fact that Shrek ends up losing his life. He's become bored with the mundane nature of his life. He has kids, he's a father. It's a lot of things that adult men in today's culture can identify with, especially fathers. And the way they deal with it, and the way they deal with Shrek then coming to grips with understanding that he didn't know what he had until he lost it, was handled in such a great way. But not just with that one particular theme, but all the themes that I think appeal to adults in this film. The fourth and last thing that I want to talk about here, about the things that I love about Shrek Forever After, is the fact that it is a great ending to the entire series. DreamWorks and Paramount have gone out of their way to make sure that we know that this is the final chapter of the Shrek franchise. And now that I've seen it, I kind of regret that it is, because this fourth one is so good. Most TV shows and movies don't know how to end their series well. As a matter of fact, I can't really think of more than 2 or 3 television shows, even great ones, that end well. But Shrek Forever After does a great job of bringing everything full circle, tying off all the loose ends and really giving the audience a satisfying ending. The story as a whole, as well as the ending in particular, is just a great way to end this franchise. So you end up walking out of Shrek thinking that you just saw a great, fun movie, but you also just saw a great, fun ending, and that is really rare in today's films. So for me, there are a lot of things to love about Shrek 4. I really enjoyed it. It's such a great improvement over Shrek number 3. It's almost as good, if not just as good as Shrek 2, and it's a fantastic way to end the series. So overall, the 4 things that I really loved about Shrek: it's funny, it's got heart, it's got themes that appeal to children and adults, and it's a fantastic ending to the series. Folks, I highly recommend you get out and make sure you check it out this weekend when it opens in an AMC theaters near you. As a matter of fact, you can probably check below this video and see I have links where you can get your tickets now, as well as theater and showtime information for Shrek Forever After. For Script to Screen, I'm John Campea.